I'm just sitting down. I thought I'd give you guys a different view today. I put my I picked up some spar urethane this morning and I put it on the treehouse that I had to sand off. And I carved another planter yesterday. I need to repaint it. I carved a koi fish and a flower thing. But I got everything spar urethane and it's in my tent drying, so I'll show you guys after. But this is going to be a wood spirit. Hi, Rick. Hi, Spike. Hi, Grumpy. Kind of tired right now, but this is going to be a wood spirit on this. This is a half cedar log, Western red cedar. Hi, Amy. Hi, Grumpy. Before I get started here, I'm going to get my coffee. Hey, Woodsyke. Damn it, I wanted to win that scribe, man. Did you send the bark yet? I want to give a shout out to a new YouTube channel. He's done lots of shorts, but he's made one video talking about cheap chainsaw bar. What is that, Holfsema or something? Cheap chainsaw carving bar. But a shout out to Bear Mountain Chainsaw Carvings. I don't know, Rick, if you got that, if you got a link to his, you got that link for his channel? And we're gonna go with the traditional. So yeah, his name's Roy. He's a good guy. He lives outside of, well, I think he lives in California, but outside of California. I'm not too sure how it works. Yeah, he's super cool. He looks like he could almost be my brother, actually. I've been talking with him quite a bit on Facebook, and a super cool dude. He's a family man. He's got 4 kids. He's got a full-time job. He just does it for fun. He's actually a good artist. I've seen some of his paintings that he's done and stuff like that. So you guys can head over to his channel and give him some subscribe. This what was I gonna say? Hey, Wheels, how you doing, bro? Yeah, Spike reminded me that you reminded Spike that I needed to make an updated video about the steampunk challenge. I've just been so friggin' busy, and I gotta make another video for the little Rob challenge. I just carved Rob. Just carved Rob's not gonna be able to be here today. He's on the road fixing. Thank you. One of mine. Thank you. Just carved Rob's on the road today fixing vehicles, so he probably won't be able to pop in. So I'm really going to be carving. I'll try and go as slow as I can, and try not to shit my pants. Does anybody have? Yeah. So this here, I just want to make something clear here. This here is the way I like doing lives. I could do it so my phone is in like the photo mode, so it's not landscape, and try and get a lot more subs that way, but I think that's it's not my thing, and I'm just gonna go with this style. I've never tried to gain subs by being a fucking goofball, and I've never tried to gain subs by doing my lives with your phone in photo mode. It's so the shorts, that's how you get lots of subs. There he is. Hey, Bear Mountain, I just gave you a shout out. So there he is, everybody. Bear Mountain Chainsaw Carving. I don't know if you're working, but I'm going to carve a wood spirit in this big half Western red cedar log. I think this is the other half of the log that I did. I think this is the other half of the log where I made the spirit totem pole that's in my carport right now. I cut it shorter The other piece is right there. And thanks. One of mine chipped in $5. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't do these lives. I don't do these lives to try and make money either. I don't give a shit. They just carved Rob's on the road and he's stopping in. Are you on the road, Rob? And we all love Amy Joe. I call her old Joe of the Amy. And her cool husband. Amy's husband's the smartest dude that I know. Super smart. I don't even feel like carving today. I could just sit here and talk. Let's see if I can turn the camera around for a minute. Actually, I'm going to show you guys this. Well, I can show you after. You guys see that old wood spirit back there? I carved this one years ago. And I had deer antlers in it, but it fell in the... It had deer antlers in it, and it fell and the deer antlers broke off. But look how cool that one is. It's got a full head of hair like he's riding a Harley in the wind. But yeah, see the holes up there for the deer antlers? That guy's cool. Got this was it. I think I carved that live too. I'm going to pull these tarps off later. That's the eagle planter chair right here. And I don't know what that is right there. But anyways, it'll be a surprise. Yeah, I'm just going to clean up my shop. There's all that wood that I got that you like to carve, Amy. Those 1-2 logs there. What is it called? Aspen? I don't know. I'm not sending you any. The aspen... I said I was going to send you some, but the aspen around here is fuzzy. I've tried Dremel carving. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. Actually, I should have carved an aspen log today. Like a log like this, you could carve a koi fish, you could carve a freaking thing, you carve whatever you want to carve. It's soft. This is cedar soft and that's dry. Now, does anybody have a question before I get going? Are you working there, Bear? I mean, Rye? Bear. And we just carved Rob. Are you on the road? So I'm going to do this wood spirit kind of like, hi Susan. There's another great carver, Susan Rhinestone. Susan. She's got the channel there. She does shorts right now. But I'm going to make it so like it's broken up here. And then the head's tucked in. And then I'm going to give him a long mustache. Are you on the road? Hey, there's Ryan Cook. Look at that. Mr. Ryan Cook himself. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see ya. You guys all know Ryan Cook. He's the legend. I'd probably say he's the world's most famous chainsaw carver. And boy, my wood spirit sure improved after carving him with him for one time. We got a celebrity in the house. Hey Ryan, I gotta send you a picture later. I gotta get the picture from Just Carve Rob that's here. You know my buddy Just Carve Rob. He does the little caricatures. He did 2 bobbleheads, one of me and one of you. There's a Ryan Cook bobblehead carving he did. You know I love you, bro. I gotta come out there and carve with you for a day. Yeah, I know. I heard you say that Ryan Villers is going out there to help you. Can you see me? Yeah, I don't know. I'm changing a lot of things, man. I'm going to be working a lot more and less carving. I don't want to carve to I don't want to carve to try and make money anymore. It's just too much of a hustle, man. Love you too, bro. I'll message you later. But you guys, Ryan Cook, he's He's the reason I'm chainsaw carving. I've carved with him a few times. Well, more than a few times. Him and Kevin. But go over there and look at next month. Okay. Go over there and subscribe to his channel if you guys want to learn lots of stuff about chainsaw carving, especially bears. Ryan loves carving the bears. Anyways, let's get this drawn on here. It's going to be a big wood spirit with a long mustache. There's lots of planes out today. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Hello! So I can see that you guys can see what I see, what's going on. Well, I have to. I'm going back to work 3 days a week minimum. I have to, man. Carving's not doing it for me anymore. It's just I don't have the hustle, man. I flooded the market in my town with wood spirits, so you know how I feel about carving bears, right? But I should come out there and carve a bear with you, or you and Uncle Kev. So I'm gonna make this one. And actually, I got this style from Ryan too. I'm gonna make it like just like in the. Can you guys see that? Probably not. Yeah, it's good to have you here, man. It's good to have all you guys here. So this is going to be wood like this up here. I'm going to cut inside here, and then we'll put the eyes right here. Get in your center line. Then your nose. I don't know if you guys can see this pen, can you? You can make this look broken here. And then we'll bring it down. So, you guys see what's going on? Let's make this a bit more over there. I'm just going to be running Ryan, we call it the Ryan Kutzall, the Echo 2511. So I'm going to, how about I put on my dust mask? I'm just going to cut. You guys can chat amongst each others and whatever. How's that sound? Yeah, I want to meet Ryan Villers for sure, so I definitely want to come out for a day when you guys are out there. I don't know what you guys are going to get up to, but okay, so you guys see that? So it's going to be like cracked up here. Same on this side. Then the eyes. And then the nose and stuff. And I'm going to this guy's going to have a long face. I should actually make the nose longer. You know, I still love doing wood spirits because they can be whatever you want them to be. They don't have to look, I'm not trying to carve a wizard here. I'm going to put my dust mask on. So there's the Ryan Kutzall, the Echo 2511 with the 8-inch carving bar on there. bumblebee. Bumblebee like that, man. Okay, see how I set myself up? Now we'll redraw the eyes on. Center line. You guys see that? Hey, Glenn. pretty good so far. Good profile on the nose. Awesome, thanks Ray. Yeah, it was nice having Ryan pop in. Guy's so busy. So there's quick block out of the wood spirit. Long mustache wood spirit. Now, I don't know now. Has anybody got any questions? Thanks, Darren. Trees to these. Now, what do I like about the face and what don't I like about the face? Well, it looks okay right now. I still got lots more carving to do. Maybe I'll carve his beard and mustache hairs in quickly. I'm just going to try and make this one look smooth. But we'll see. You never know with old heavy hands. Man, lots of planes out today. I'm like a minute away from the airport. Thanks, MG. Anyways, who thinks I have enough gas to cut in the beard hairs and the mustache hairs? Supposed to go to sleep. One of them mine. Awesome, man. Go carve. Go have a good time. Carry on. Oh, gee. Yeah, there certainly wasn't too many channels around when I started. That's for sure. So let's see if I have enough gas in the little Echo 2511 to cut in the beard and mustache hairs. Thanks, Susan. That's nice of you to say. I don't even inspire myself. I don't know how I can inspire anybody else. So let's give this guy like, I guess smooth hairs. Alright, that's not bad for a tank of gas. Now let's hook up the die grinder and start shaping. This is super soft cedar. Hi Kelena. How you doing? Sorry if I said your name wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape the nose. I'm going to dig in here more with my die grinder. I'm going to try and I'm going to suck in the cheekbones. I could have done that with my chainsaw. Kind of smooth things out. Now I'll be using the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. I'm thinking might be a little bit too Kyle Nug. This might be too aggressive because this cedar's pretty soft on my Meetable. I talk about this grinder. I'll talk about it. I got to do a voiceover for a video I made yesterday. This one has speed control. This is just as fast and powerful as the expensive the friggin' thing. Makita 800C. Hey, Irish leprechaun. See you later, Suzanne. Okay, I'm gonna start sucking in the cheekbones now. Now you can. I got a nice line right there. You know, there's different ways to do it. You know, you think when you're doing a wizard's face, you don't really see the cheekbones because he's got his beard there. But you see this line here? That's a nice line. I'll just kind of round out inside here a bit. Try and get it the same on both sides. Can you guys see that? Okay. There's a knot right here. I gotta take this down a little bit more. Then I'm gonna shape the nose. Okay, now I'm gonna switch over to my my Makita die grinder that has a silver 1/4-inch Kutzall flame burr on there. It's not as aggressive, and I'll kind of clean up the wood a bit. Thanks, Amy. What do you guys think so far? Hi, Aiden. I kind of like it. Hi, Dad. Hi, John. Thanks. I don't think it needs anything. I don't think it needs eyes. I don't think it needs to be wood burned. Come and get it, Rick. You can have it. Thanks, Roy. Are you working today or what? Are you done work? Hazel asked what finish you use on cedar. Well, I think on this one I'm going to use spar urethane. We can do it today. Oh, it's already been an hour. Now, I'm not carving this. I'm happy with the way it looks, but I'm just showing all of you, and I really mean it. Your wood spirits do not have to have eyes. I'm not going to carve this one real eyes. I'm just going to hollow them out. And I don't give a shit. Yeah, that beard, that mustache looks nice and smooth, eh, Spike? So what I'll do is I'll hollow out the eyes. Oh, I gotta give him some eyebrows. Eyebrow hairs. Now what I look at when I'm looking at this, the face itself, I look at to see if the eyebrows are equal. If this point is the same as this point, if the nose is equal on both sides, nose is a little bit off. Got a little bug hole here. Look at the cheekbones, I look at the lip. It's got a kind of a big bottom lip, but that's all right. You got different shadowing, that's why this, one looks so much bigger. So, what do you guys think? Just hollow out the eyes? Just to prove everyone, wood spirits do not have to have real freaking eyes. I used to say that when I couldn't carve eyes. Now I can carve eyes, and I still carve no eyes. I don't care. Yes, what? Yeah, I might not even burn it. It's got more flow than a wrapper, thanks. Okay, hollow ice. Now I'll use my my Makita with the silver burr on there, because I know if I push super hard that will kind of burn the wood at the same time. And a big shout out, I don't know if he's here, a big shout out to Mr. James Rankin and David Grass. Yeah, I might just leave this one natural and just put a finish on it. I got some spar urethane inside the tent. I've already carved wood spirits with glasses. Hi, Ray. Okay, so again, I'm going to be pushing real hard to make it burn the wood at the same time. Makita finger sander, do the age lines above the head and the eyebrow hairs. So cool. Okay, I'll sand it once more. Then I'll get the clear coat. Now lots of this wood that I've carved is sapwood, so you're going to see the colors pop. Oh, I got to sign it too. Ah. See, I started those eyebrows right off. Oh no, there's a little bit there. Gotta carve a couple more in. Wow, this is soft wood. Now, if you want to do the wood spirits with no eyes, you can get your Dremel and cut a little eyebrow in there, like a top eyelid, but I'm not gonna. Let's get my Dremel 125 bit. And sign it. Then we'll put some clear coat on it. Fuck, I hate bending over to pick up shit. Just gonna sit down for a minute. So there's a long mustache wood spirit with no eyes. I don't know, I think it looks cool. You guys might not like it, but I think it's cool. I could sand it some more, but that's all right. Out of coffee. I'm gonna take you guys in the tent, show you what I've been up to this morning and yesterday. This is a planter that I carved yesterday. This is the other part of the oni. I carved the koi fish and a flower on it. I burnt it and then sanded it. I got it all finished with that stuff. It's got one coat of spar urethane on it. I finished putting another coat of spar urethane on the treehouse because the first 3 coats I put on went milky, so I had to sand it off and redo it. Now, when you use this spar or any type of wood finish outdoors, you got to keep on top of the bubbles. This cedar is very gassy, so look there. See those? Those are bubbles. You got to keep on top of them. Now I put this on with a brush instead of spraying it on. Bubbles. Yep, stay on top of your bubbles. I don't suggest putting this, look at that bubble, look at this bubble right in here. See my finger is? Bubbles. I don't suggest putting this stuff on in direct sunlight. Now I painted the Oni's eyes gold and a couple of his teeth gold too. I got that one coat spar urethane. Now, okay, so here you go, look. See that? Well, that's a brush here, but there's bubble right there. When you're using this stuff, try not to use really cheap brushes because the hairs pull out and you kind of get a mess. And another thing too, the farmer helped me yesterday put my fan in. So look at that outtake fan I got in there now. Oh, I feel a nice cool breeze going through here. The air starts over there, comes all the way over here and out the fan. There's the first bear I ever carved. There you are, James. Hi, James. So anyways, oops. I think tomorrow I'm gonna come and start doing the roof on this treehouse. I gotta lay a valley in here. Then each copper shingle like a shake roof. Now for the chimney, do you guys think I should use a wind vane? I got a wooden vane I bought. Or should I carve an owl for the chimney? I gotta read the comments. Anyways, nobody's saying anything. So this is Hellsman spar urethane, okay? I like this stuff the best, well, I like Cetal the best, Seekins. But this stuff goes on dark. It's oil based, all right? Now I had to pay $160 this morning for this can. And I bought this at, what's it called? Rona. Now this Armor Coat spar varnish is in Canadian Tire. And I paid $80 for this can. I've never used this stuff, okay? All I've used is this stuff. So I'm trying this stuff out. This was almost half the price. Now this one, this plant, the koi fish planter, I might repaint that koi fish in the flower, I'm not sure. But it has one coat has one coat of this new Spar Varnish clear finish. Now that planter over there, Oni, has one coat of the Hellsman's. So I'm going to give these 2 or 3 coats. This planter is going to have 2 or 3 coats of the Canadian Tire stuff. Does anybody know anything about this stuff? Leave a comment on this video, please. So the koi fish, it's going to have a Japanese maple in here, and the carved so succulents to go in there too. But this is going to be full. This is going to be 2 or 3 coats with the cheaper Armor Coat Canadian Tire Spar Varnish. That's Spar Urethane? I don't know. But this one is going to have 2 or 3 coats with the Hellsman's, which I'm used to using. Now when you use this Hellsman stuff, it's really thick. So, you know, you're putting such a thick clear coat on your piece. Even though it's cedar soft wood, it has a hard time sucking in the first coat. So there's some channels, I forget what it was, to mix it 80% this for your first coat only, 80% this, and 20% mineral spirits. To thin this, sorry about that plane, to thin this out, to get it so it penetrates the wood. Then give it a couple days to dry. Then put your second coat on and third coat on. Don't do each coat too fast. I don't care. And don't do it on wet wood, because it will dry friggin' milky. And that sucks. Then you have to sand it all off. So if anybody knows any stuff about, like, this is Spar Urethane. Spar Urethane gloss, oil base. But this is Spar Varnish. I don't know if they're 2 different things. Don't care. I don't care too much about this planter anyway, so whatever. Oh yeah. So which one should I use to coat this? The Hellsman's or the... Actually, before we do that, I want to pull these tarps off, these carvings here. I know this one's the eagle planter seat thing, but I don't know what that other one is over there. I'm not seeing any comments. Okay, there we go. Spar. Hey Tarek. Hey Tyler. Tyler, did you just see what I said about those did you see that Spar Varnish I got from Canadian Tire for like 80 bucks? Tyler is Ryan Cook's good friend too, and he's a professional chainsaw carver. Does some great work. Oh, the Home Handyman, how you doing, bro? The Home Handyman has a good YouTube channel. He does lots of reviews and stuff like that. Nice to see ya. Hellsman is the better of them? Okay. That's the way it usually goes with money. So I bet, let's see how many wolf spiders are under here. Like I said, I forget which that one is. What's a wizard? Oh, there's 2 carvings there. Haha. I didn't even know I had those. There's a spider web in its eye. A baby spider sack. Oh, fuck. I forgot about those ones. Oh. I know it's not shaped like a real eagle head, but I love this carving. See, it's a seat. Whoa! I don't know if that's a brown recluse or a wolf spider. But it's a small wolf. It's a wolf. Is that a brown recluse? What kind of spider is that? Get out of here. What kind of spider was that? Try 80 bucks spar, because if it works, you could revolutionize things. Hazel the sausage dog. Yeah, I didn't even know I had those two carvings. That was a money spider. Yeah, so anyways, it's like a soaring eagle. This log is heavy, man. And the seat. And there's a table here. Put your beer or your coffee or your moonshine or whatever. You put some flowers in here. It's got a drain hole. I put this for sale on Marketplace for $2,500 last year. Nobody bit. I'll probably end up giving it away. Yeah, see, look, this one has spider. Spider eggs. See up here too. Look how yellow that one went. But anyways, I used that oil that Uncle Kevin suggests on this one. I put it on my tree house at home, and it didn't really I did two layers of it, but the oil kind of basically, there's no more protective coat on the roof, so I don't know if it's the best stuff. I'm not disagreeing with Uncle Kevin, Ryan Cook's best friend, but I might see-tall this. This thing is freaking heavy, man. It's heavy. Anyways, should I use the spar thing or the cheaper stuff? Let me sit down for a minute. The cheaper stuff's thinner. Oh. It's too good a carving to risk. I'm not sure what you're saying, Spike. Cheaper stuff? The Irish Leprechaun, how you doing, buddy? That carving deserves the good stuff. I'll go watch that evil. Yeah, I'll use the good stuff. And the Hellsman Spar Urethane makes really brings the colors out in your wood, but it makes it go a lot darker. Okay, I'll get that going in a brush. Man, what a beautiful day out here today. Looks lush, buddy, lush. Man, I got a big mess to clean up here. You see how dark it's going? You going, boys?
Not too bad, buddy. How are you?
Pretty good, man.
Oh, cool.
Thanks.
Awesome.
See, now it's in the direct sun. Now I have to be on standby for bubbles. I don't know. Sometimes simpler is better. Farmers are here. Amy, when are you gonna carve me my Canadian eagle? That's it, everybody. Hey, carving wizard. Hey, what's going on here, Amy? After, thanks. I've known you a lot longer than you've known the Aiden. Damn you, Aiden. Yeah, I don't like how this is bubbling. I'm going to put it in the tent. Thanks, Spike. Now you can see where I carved that face and how darker it is because that's the hardwood. Lots of the other stuff's the sapwood. Thanks, thanks. The more you do, the better you'll get. Okay. Let me get my chair. Well, thanks, carving wizard. That's quite a bit. I don't do this for that, but thank you very much. Thank you. Is the carving wizard, is that you, Perry? Now, does anybody have any questions? I might go outside, carve another wood spirit out of this other piece of wood. Oh, okay. Because there's another carving. Not wizard, but I forget what the name is. But thanks, Perry. Now, does anybody have any questions? I might go outside since it's still early in the day and blast off another quick wood spirit. Probably not, though. Alright, I got mineral spirits here to wash my hands. Now this will also go darker as the No questions from anybody? I got a big mess to clean up outside. Pretty simple. Anybody can do it. It's not going to look like mine. It's going to look like yours. I might donate these I might donate these other two carvings to the spirit trails. This one too. Maybe even that one. Hi Jamie. Okay everybody, that's going to be it. I'm taking off. I got a lot to clean up. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the support. And stay awesome. Just like Just Carve Rob says. Yeah, I'm probably gonna come here tomorrow morning, and I got stainless steel staples and a stapler. I'm gonna do them. I got them all cut at home. I'm gonna probably be working on that tomorrow. I'll film for that. So thanks Evil Rick, thanks Spike, thanks everybody. I don't know why, but I love this piece. I want to keep it myself. Put some flowers in there. But anyways, that's it. You got a nice day. Get outside, enjoy the weather. Prayer Infusion. Over and out.